let's see if I can update you this week of Christmas as I'm waking up and I made a mess in my kitchenette trying to make coffee. It's still dark outside, so I can't. The sun's barely peeking up. It's about 6 o'clock here in Apache County. Yeah, my back's sore. I'm tired. My suspected MS, autoimmune disease thing, has been kicking its head this last week or so. It's been particularly. I keep putting my head down because the the light that is in my eyes is so bright it hurts. So so that's happening. I got a lovely package with no gift card in it from the Brown Santa, UPS, yesterday in the evening. I got a box that had Yuko candles, which are not there. I've filmed this 5 times or 6 times now. I'm tired of getting this stuff. And that's the grate, rather, that goes inside my wood stove. I am so grateful whoever sent that, and to have it be a surprise visit from Brown Santa. My UPS driver's name is Mike. It was nice to have somebody stop by and to get something that was unexpected. That's kind of nice. And I really appreciate it because I didn't have the money right now to do that. So this update on this week, Christmas week, it's a way to speak about it. I do not celebrate Christmas myself. To any of you who do, happy holidays and whatever. I love to see all the pretty lights and things when people decorate. I wish we could decorate and not have to have it be something special, but whatever. I like the twinkly lights when I see them. Of course, I'm not out a lot right now. But there is a new update. So I was able to sell car update. My carless winter 2021 is continuing, but with an update. So I have purchased a little truck, a mini truck. It is not brand new. It is a 1998. I believe that it's going to be a vehicle that I can manage the maintenance on, and I might even get brave enough to learn how to work on this vehicle because it's not a scary looking engine compartment and things. But anyways, so my mechanic and I, a week ago, took a flying trip. Not flying for real, but we took a 4-wheel drive vehicle and a trailer on Tuesday, I believe it was, and drove to California to get me a vehicle and brought it back. And so by Wednesday night we were back, and it was I don't remember, 8-hour drive or something. I don't even remember. It was close to 1,000 miles. And we were skirting the big storm that came through my local area. So here in the local area, when I got home, I left here Monday having to hitch rides, right? So a neighbor was going to town. I was able to get a hold of somebody who was going to town. And they were like, yes, I'll come pick you up and drop you off. Yes. And then when on the way home, I had to, again, are any of you guys coming to town today? People I know. Yes, somebody was. Would you please take me home? Yes, they'll take me home. So Thursday night I was back home. So I left Monday during the day and I came back Thursday in the late afternoon. So in that amount of time, went to California, bought the car. There was a big storm here in Apache County. There was a big storm all over. I understand Flagstaff got hit pretty hard. We skirted the storm on the way southwest. And so where we ended up, we did drive through a cloud that was really thick and a couple of snowflakes going down the Mogollon Rim in the Heber Overguard area and above Christopher Creek area. And then when we got closer to California, we drove through a sandstorm, and the semi trucks that were in front of us kept blowing into the other lane. And that was kind of white knuckling at that stage. And then, so we arrived late and it was dark. And we looked over the vehicle with a flashlight, and I bought it after seeing it with a flashlight. And then we asked permission to sleep in the truck outside so that we could load it the next morning in daylight. And so that's what we did, and then drove it back. And so we missed the storm. But when I got back Thursday night, I was surprised. I got 2 inches of snow up here. Of course, now it's just patchy snow on the ground. But the like cats' water bowls and things like that freeze solid. I have multiple water bowls for my outdoor working cats, and those water bowls are placed strategically in the sunshine. So as soon as the sun hits them, they melt and the cats are able to have drinks. I've been keeping an eye on that and watching it, because if I wasn't home, I want to be sure that they could be okay. My cats also have a really well-built tree house. They actually have 2 now, and well, in the same tree, and they have straw bedding in the tree houses, so they have a very comfortable place to stay warm. And one of my neighbors just gave me some plexiglass scraps that I'm going to be able to make them a window with on the south side. If I can get a window put in high enough up on one of the structures of the treehouse, it will allow the sun to warm up the inside, and there's a shelf there for the cats to lounge on. And so I think that they will enjoy that. So soon I'll be doing a little modifications to that. Yes, I bought a vehicle, but I don't have it yet. So because of what it is and the age of it and everything else, I was looking for some specific things to make sure that it would work well for me. And so I needed to have 4-wheel drive, ground clearance, 4-wheel drive, ground clearance, automatic because of my suspected MS. So 4-wheel drive, automatic, ground clearance, and I was hunting for something that was close to 100,000 miles. I was trying to be careful of how much mileage it had on it so that it's a thing. So those were the things I was looking for. And I found one. The guy said it had 100,000 miles on it. When we got there, it had 78,000 miles on it. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Had brand new street tires on it, but it is a mini truck frame. So the frame and the suspension things are built a little better for my, basically, I'm not just on dirt roads. I basically am everyday, like overlanding, if you want to call it with that. I have cambers in my road, which means that it's slanted one way. You know, it's a slant to the side is like a camber. I think that's, I don't know the exact definition, but I know that it's a technical overlanding term. And when it rains or snows and things melt, then I have mud. There are obstacles. There's no rocks. There's a lot of sand and clay. And so I'm overlanding every day of my life when I drive. So I have learned that, like the Cherokee, it was a car frame, not a truck frame. But my old Honda Passport, which was an Isuzu Rodeo underneath that Honda label, that was on a truck chassis frame, whatever. And so there's a big difference between the way the car ones can hold up and the way the truck chassis or frames can hold up. So that was important to me to get that stronger thing. Um, so I sold the Cherokee a few weeks ago. And then we went and bought the new thing. And so as we were coming back, I knew that the brand new street tires that were on this, that I wanted all-terrain tires put on it. And so as we were driving back, long drive with the mechanic, so you get time to talk things out, I decided, since I'm already used to the lights in my eye is why I keep looking down. I used to, I thought it was smart to leave the car down in town at the shop and let him go over it with a fine-tooth comb. Oops, I'm supposed to call it a little truck, not a car. Anyways, the little truck, leave it down there with the mechanic, let him go over it with a fine-tooth comb, and get a new set of tires for it, sell the brand new tires that were on it to help pay for the new tires that I'm going to get that will be all-terrains. Okay, so we picked out tires that are all-terrains, won't whine on the highway, and have extra thick sidewalls. Yes, that's what we picked out. What else? And I was able to be there Thursday while I was waiting on the ride while the mechanic was looking things over. And I was able to see things like the original brake pads are still on this car and they still have plenty of space on them. So we made a quick decision with that because of my budget and everything, that it's not an immediate thing to work on the brakes. So let's get through the winter. We'll make sure the tires are good. I'm having him put a 2-inch Old Man Emu lift on it. And he's doing a full tune-up, and he's checking the timing belt to make sure that it's new, and he's going to change that if it's not new. It already had new fancy headers on it. One of the guys at the shop was jealous of my headers. But anyways, because they changed the muffler or something. And then there's some interior things to look over, like the way the hardtop is installed. Something not quite right. There's a gap in a couple places. So there's some little things to do to it. So that'll be a little bit of a work in process, but right now, you know, my mechanic does celebrate Christmas, so it's an important week for him and his family, and so I'll be just allowing them some time and space and staying in touch as we do things, and then soon, yes, I'm anxious to have it. I am anxious, absolutely, but I feel like this is the wise thing to do and maybe a little bit more adult thing to do. So I have done fairly well managing my emotional thing, not getting too excited so that if something isn't really great, I don't have to like get too disappointed. All that process just takes too much energy. Then, while I was gone, because of my specialized diet, which certainly helps me stay healthier, I struggled with my food doing a road trip because I wasn't prepared for a road trip. I only had food that I could cook. And so I had to maneuver gas station food and to get a meal. We went to I think it was Del Taco, and I was able to maneuver getting a salad a certain way, and I had a little bag of pistachios from a gas station store and put them on top of it, and you know, finagled a meal. But I had to pay, just finance-wise, I had to pay for all the gas and the food while we were gone. And then there was a little charge for the mechanic to go with me, but it was reasonable, and I think I was blessed with the amount that he charged me for being able to do that trip. And then, of course, there's things happening now that I'm having to work with them, and they understand me and they're working with me so that I can afford to have this vehicle in great shape when I get it. So that's the big update. What else? Cats are fine. My home is fine. My back hurts, but I'm tired. And I ate some really good grass-finished beef this past week. I don't eat beef very often, and I'm wondering if that kind of made my body ache a little more than my normal. As possible, who knows? But, I'll work through this too. But spilling the coffee all over the counter this morning just didn't make my morning start any better. And then starting to film this for you guys this morning, and I think this is the 6th take. I had the camera the wrong direction. I had it set up on the tripod, which would have had the camera being held more still. But then I walked away from it. I moved. And when you move, if you don't move the camera, nobody can see where you are. So I was like, well, that was stupid. So I started over. Or ridiculous. I know it's silly and not stupid. But yeah, it's just been crap. What a way to wake up this morning. I woke up. I've been a number of days wanting to do an update. And I woke up and I was like, you know what? I have the energy to fix my hair and look good enough for a video. So let me try to do something and put it out today because I'd like to do better. But then, like I said, I was in the middle of making the coffee and I didn't just spill boiling hot water coffee or liquid. I spilled the grounds and everything all over the side of my, whoops, my hand's probably right in the middle of the camera, but anyways. Yes, I swung around in a circle. That's my kitchenette cabinet. On the far side of it, over there by that big window, is like a knife rack thing where the olive oil bottles have been down in there. It's built on the side of the thing. The coffee and coffee grounds and boiling water went right down inside the knife rack. And so all that stuff on top was all neatly put away. And now it's up. And then I have my brand new kitchen towel that had some white on it that I thought was pretty, is on the floor, soaking wet with coffee and coffee grounds. And when I finish this in a minute, I will go make another cup. But, that was so silly. Silly, messy. And I'm thinking, because this is maybe the second or third time I've had to clean a mess up from something spilling and... Okay, now I'm standing close to it. Okay, I spilled the coffee and it went... This is for... These slots are for knives, right? Which is convenient, but that's maybe the second or third time I spilled something and it went right down there. And I need a space for my water. My water's in these $6 Walmart blue jugs, 3-gallon jugs. Okay, and see down there, there's the coffee grounds, and I'm telling on myself, but yuck, coffee grounds and stains. Oh, what a mess. I have to clean that mess up. And it's in this little tiny spot. I'm going to seriously consider cutting this knife rack piece off this cabinet. I don't think I can get back into the screws the way it was built. I had to screw it together. It came in a box. I don't think I can just unscrew it. But I might remove this, and then it would give me space for my water jug to be here where I could access it easier, because I actually have a better water jug that has a spout on the bottom of it. And I do have USB water pumps. I'd rather have things that work without power. Low tech or whatever. Yes, Wolf, if you're watching this, Wolf's online name, an old buddy of mine. His online name is Low Tech. Yeah, be careful. I love Low Tech, right? Yeah, okay, well, get a laugh out of that. Anyways, that brown basket I found at a thrift store. I might have paid $1 for it. I love that basket. It is so strong and sturdy, and it holds onions and sweet potatoes, and I have a couple of cotton. Yeah, this is where I threw things over here when the coffee spilled. But it has cotton dish towels in it, so I can wash the cotton dish towels, and they just cover the vegetables. See, onions, sweet potatoes. Sometimes there's a cabbage or broccoli or something in there, and depending on the weather, it sits in that spot, but it's close enough to the window to stay cool. And my house is a disaster because I've been cleaning up projects. I think I showed you this. I have showed this. I have done the filming so many times. The brown Santa came yesterday. Did I tell you this already? This is 20 minutes long. I'm going to let it go. And maybe, whoops, can I turn the, I don't see how to turn the flash off. But look, the sun's starting to come up. So, oh, it's going to be a better morning. And there, look, he's a little bit. You can't come in the house, Mama. No, you can't come in the house. Mama's allergic to kitty cats. No, but you know what? Good morning, girls. No, you stay in. Stay out. Good girls. Good morning. All right, everybody. I'll try to turn this back around to my face. That probably made you feel funny with the camera flipping around. But I'm sitting back on my bed. And so whatever you see behind me is behind my bed. And y'all have a wonderful day and a wonderful week leading up to this this holiday that people in this country, love. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Keep it simple. Travel light and often. And use what you already have, if you can. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. Ciao.